Co-creating reality. Now, just fly on that. I want you to just riff on that. Just like off the cuff, here we go.
Well, there's two ways to do it.
Yeah,
One way to do it is to create reality by yourself.
right.
And the more I think that, in my own personal experience and in my research, I think the more we're agitated by those limited emotions of survival, whether it's
Yeah.
based in fear, whether it's based in anger and aggression, whether it's based in pain or suffering or guilt, those emotions tend to cause us to feel more like matter and less like energy. In fact, those chemicals, by very nature, cause us to draw from this invisible field of energy surrounding our body and turning it into chemistry, and the field around our body literally shrinks. Now, when we tap that vital resource over and over again, for the most part, we are matter trying to influence matter. So if we're living in the realm of three dimensions and you are pretty much using the chemicals to endorse the very nature of being physical in your body,
Right.
you to determine reality with your senses, and we become materialists. So we live in a realm where there's infinite space. This universe has infinite space, and we experience time when we move through space. So you want a new relationship, you want a new job, you want to change your health, you want to create a whatever. It's going to take you a certain amount of time to get what you want. So you got to set a goal, you get your behaviors to match your intentions, and you got to keep inputting, and you got to keep getting up and dragging your body through space over and over again. And as you do that, you keep experiencing time. So I think our creations happen when we do it on our own in a longer amount of time, because the universe honors free will. So the intelligence that's keeping all this in place says, you want to do it on your own? Go for it. I mean, it's going to take a lot of time, and it's going to take a lot of work, and you're going to have to force outcomes, control outcomes, try to predict outcomes, hold on to things, because for the most part, we're matter trying to change matter. So we're competitive, we're manipulative, whatever we do as a human being to get what we want. That's not co-creation. That is creating from the level of our humanity that pretty much most people think is the way it is.
And that's the disconnected worldview.
That's the world of separation.
Yeah, world of separation.
Yeah. And duality is cool. I mean, because when you're experiencing lack and you see somebody who has it, or you experience lack because of some experience or some betrayal or some loss, your brain naturally thinks about what it wants in reference to what it's just lost. And I think that's how we make a slow, gradual path in evolution. But for the most part, we're doing that on our own. The co-creative process is acknowledging that there is a field of potentials. And it requires two elements. In my research, it requires a clear intention. That is very clear on what you want for yourself. That's selecting the potential in the quantum field. And because the size of our forebrain, that's the creative center, that's the crowning achievement of a human being. When we start saying, what would it be like to be healthy, to be wealthy, to have a new job, to have a relationship of my dreams, that forebrain turns on. And that's the creative center, and it starts to diminish the survival chemicals. It starts to lower the volume to those circuits and those chemicals that endorse the ego. So now, in that creative process, we're naturally selecting a new potential. The frontal lobe turns on, and what it has is it has a certain amount of raw materials in the brain based on what you've learned intellectually, experienced in your life through episodes. And so all of a sudden, the frontal lobe turns on, and because it has connections to all other parts of the brain,